Well, hello everyone. I am Tashmi Bush. As all of you should all know, well, I wish a friend of mine can talk with me while we talk about the interesting facts and stuff about, Disney and cartoon deaths in the situation. Um, so this is what the video is going to be talking about. So I'm going to talk about each villain and give you like a remarkable of what they were, who they are. But then I'm going to talk about the interesting connections about the deaths, which everyone, who cares, whatever. But hope you guys find it really interesting and about the theories I come up with or the comments. Well, I hope we're going to have lots of fun. So, let's start this video. Okay, the first death I'm going to talk about is Joker. I mean, come on. How many times he dies in almost every single Batman series or movies there is? But occasionally, since we're going to be talking about cartoons, this is partly what I'm going to talk about is Batman Beyond. The voice was by Mark Hamill, that did the voice of Joker at the time. Well, in this movie, before the Joker dies, he and Harley Quinn kidnap Robin, but his name is Tim in the movie. But they transport Tim into Joker and try to make him his son. Instead of going through, like Harley Quinn says, instead of going through the joy and everything, so we made one in our own. So yeah, that's how twisted these people were. But did you know that there was actually two different versions of how the Joker dies in that movie? Wow. Now since you know, let me tell you. The one version is where Robin shoots Joker with a flag that says bang on it, and it hits straight to his heart. And his last words were, "It's not, buddy. It's not." Yeah, before he couldn't say it the second time. Yes. But the second version of the same movie is when Robin shoves the Joker into the, where he got dumped in water and then all these electrical technical things that was right behind him. But then he pulls down the lever, which water and electricity does not mix, and he got electrocuted. Go on, Robin. You killed the Joker in two different versions. But there was another movie, when the Dark Returns or something like that, where he got a freaking bat thing in his eye, one of those boomerangs, and when he starts laughing, he breaks his own neck. So what type of character would want to die breaking his own neck? That kind of bothers me. I don't know, it just kind of kills me. And then there's another version of the series that Joker falls into the water and he got electrocuted in the water. And this Joker in the show looked like a freaking Jamaican but it's, I don't know, I don't want to be all this and that. But seriously, he died too many times. But in this occasion, I just want to talk about truth facts about this movie of Batman Beyond. That there was two different versions. Just in case you didn't know, some of you might have known. But, yes, we're gonna go on. Thanks. Well, this one's gonna be about Clayton, if I said the name right, from the movie Tarzan. Okay, has to be one of the darkest deaths. I can't really say it's number one because I've seen a lot more disturbing deaths than this. But in Disney, I'm surprised that they actually shown when he dies. Because in the movie, when he's going after Tarzan, Well, Clayton got all strangled up into these vines from the forest. And so out of frustration, without Clayton, not even thinking, he starts cutting it up with his knife. Well, his some type of sword, whatever he uses, the dagger or whatever he uses to cut the vines off. But Tarzan noticed that there was one of the vines around his neck. He tried to warn him, but he wasn't listening. He was just too busy wanting to kill Tarzan, blah, blah, blah. But eventually, when he cuts the last vein off, the last plant off of him, he ends up forgetting about the thing around his neck, and he ends up falling, and he gets hung. But then I'm not sure if you guys ever notice that in the lightning strikes, you see the shadow of him swinging back and forth. I think that was one of the darkest things that Disney could ever done. Plus, there was you can see blood and everything too. Like you see the deaths of the Tarzan and his parents. And I was pretty shocked that I never noticed that as a kid until now when I started watching this. So just to let you know, just look for that stuff. And I was just pretty surprised that I never noticed that till now. So, did you know there was actually 6 deaths in that movie in Tarzan? Which, some of them were sad, some of it was, but with Clayton's death, it was a little more disturbing for my record of the Disney deaths. So, that's only my opinion. And it kind of freaked me out, because the shadow with Clayton's death, it kind of reminded me of when someone actually knows about Wizard of Oz, seeing a hanging munchkin. But I don't know whether it's true or not, because they said there's 2 different versions of a dead bird and a hanging munchkin. I don't know. It just kind of disturbs me, when I see that. So, that's only my opinion. So this is, let's see what your guys' opinions are. Okay. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is Frollo's death. We all know the song, the Hellfire song from the movie. How he wanted Esmeralda so bad, but although he thinks that she's using witchcraft. So, yes. But the irony of this song is how he dies. That he actually died falling to the fire, getting burned alive here. And it just, I don't know, it just kind of seemed irony, because my friend pointed that out. How he dies. And the song, and the song and everything is just... And I'm sorry if I'm talking through the song, but this song is mostly talking about how much he wants Esmeralda. Although, he thinks that I don't know the psychology of this character, because I didn't watch the whole thing, but what I've watched this, it was just kind of made me felt disturbed in a way. But that's how he dies in the end, because he was going to kill Quasimodo and Esmeralda, and he falls on a gargoyle or something like that, but it breaks, so he falls screaming with a gargoyle in his arms into the fire. So, is there any connection between the Hellfire and him dying in the fire? I think, to be honest, it's kind of irony there, Frollo. From the Disney. I think it's another disturbing thing that Disney could have done. There's so many disturbing things I've saw in Disney that I never noticed before. Now, I know. So, we're gonna go to the next villain. Sorry, I can't help this song. What? She's gone. What? Howard! Never mind. Idiot. I'll find her. I'd do it if I had to burn all of the pests. Sorry, this song is kinda, I don't know, it's kinda hurting. Now Gypsy, it's your turn. Choose me or your sire. Yeah. Okay, you say that you really wanted her so bad, but if she doesn't choose you, you're gonna kill her. So does Esmeralda even have a choice? Which I kind of feel bad for her. But let's go to the next video. The next villain. Okay. First of all, I'm really sorry if I'm really slow at this. This is I should be a little bit more organized when I do this. But we're gonna move right along. I'm gonna talk about another Disney villain named Sykes from Oliver and the Company. This is kind of like a different version from the original because mostly all of them were humans and children, but instead it made them like animals. So but with Sykes, he kidnapped a little girl named Jenny, which is Oliver's Ona, and she's a really rich girl, and he wants her for ransom for lots of money because Fagin owed him lots and lots of money. And I loved this as a kid. Seriously. But despite all the singing and dancing, why should I worry? Why should I care? Sorry. I haven't really warmed up my voice a little bit, but talking about this, he dies when he's going after them in the subway train. How nice! Let's take a tour on the subway train. Good idea, Tito. Yeah, great idea. Knowing that there was going to be a fast-moving subway train coming towards your way. But one thing, I don't know how Tito ended up having his, Fagin's car right on the little slip on the bridge. But then with Sykes and his two dogs, they both died getting electrocuted, which is real painful. But with Sykes, he dies getting hit by a train. Wow. And he did not see that coming. But yeah, that was another disturbing thing that Disney did. That somebody getting hit by a subway train, and it blows up in flames, and you don't see Sykes no more. Yeah. And everyone's happy. What? Okay, what I mean by that, like after Sykes dies, there's happiness. What happened to the dogs? What happened to the Sykes? Just every single movie, they die, they're happy, but you don't see their bodies. Unless they were playing dead. But who cares? Because they're Rosen again in the House of Mickey Mouse. Let's see. But I think Sykes is a good name for this character because towards the end when he got psyched by Fagin, he got set up. And with him getting hit by a train, yup, he got psyched. Way to go, guys. But I don't want to be mean about the villains, but yeah. But Sykes, sorry, you just been psyched by getting hit by a train, but then we don't see you anymore. And just everyone's happy, has a happy ending, but we don't know whatever happened to you, or their dogs, or anyone who died in the movie. Excuse me. But yes, sorry to say that to you. we're gonna move right along. Sorry, I'm just so weird sometimes. Okay, before I start the ending of this, this is gonna be part 1 of this video. But the last one I'm gonna talk about is Ratigan. For this part, for the end of this part 1. Well, most villains in most movies I've seen, that most of them, almost all of them, fall to their death. But that's when Detective Basil, what happened was Ratigan got knocked off from the clock because it goes bing, he goes ah, and he falls to his death. But luckily, Basil, almost luckily he was going to fall to his death, but luckily he had one of those little, and he can fly up in the air, while Ratigan just fall from the high building all the way down. Sorry. But yes, this is all I got to say for this one. So I'm going to end with this with part 1. I'm going to work on part 2 of this. And like I said again, I'm very sorry if it's really slow, because like I said, this is my first time trying to talk about this. Like I said, I gotta be more organized. But I hope you guys like this video, and I'm sorry if you can't really see my face a lot. Me being really, I try to be funny, and I hope you guys like it. Thank you. Either subscribe it or comment, whatever I need to do a little bit better at. So I really thank you for that, and thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate and thank you for watching. Ta-ta!